Air India is the flag carrier airline of India. Headquartered at New Delhi, it is owned by Air India Limited of Thales Private Limited, ASPV of Tata Sons, and operates a fleet of Airbus and Boeing aircraft serving 102 domestic and international destinations. The airline has its hub at Indira Gandhi International Airport, New Delhi, alongside several focus cities across India. Air India is the largest international carrier out of India with an 18.6% market share. Over 60 international destinations are served by Air India across 4 continents. The airline became the 27th member of Star Alliance on the 11th of July 2014. The airline was founded by J.R.D. Tata as Tata Airlines in 1932. Tata himself flew its first single-engine de Havilland Puss Moth, carrying airmail from Karachi's Dreeg Road Aerodrome to Bombay's Juhu Aerodrome and later continuing to Madras. After World War II, it became a public limited company and was renamed as Air India. On the 21st of February 1960, it took delivery of its first Boeing 707 named Gauri Shankar and became the first Asian airline to induct a jet aircraft in its fleet. In 2001, attempts were made to privatize Air India, and from 2006 onwards, it suffered losses after its merger with Indian Airlines. Another privatization attempt was launched in 2017, which concluded with ownership of the airline and associated properties reverting back to the Tatas. In 2021, Air India also operates flights to domestic and Asian destinations through its subsidiaries, Alliance Air and Air India Express. Air India's mascot is the Maharaja and the logo consists of a flying swan with the wheel of Konark inside it. Air India had its origin as Tata Air Services, later renamed to Tata Airlines, founded by J.R.D. Tata of Tata Sons, an Indian aviator and business tycoon. In April 1932, Tata won a contract to carry mail for Imperial Airways, and the aviation department of Tata Sons was formed with 2 single-engine de Havilland Puss Moths. On the 15th of October 1932, Tata flew a Puss Moth carrying airmail from Karachi to Bombay, carrying 155 passengers and 9.72 tons of mail, and made a profit of 60,000 rupees. The airline launched its first domestic flight from Bombay to Trivandrum with a 6-seater Miles Merlin in 1938. It was rechristened as Tata Air Services and later as Tata Airlines. Colombo in Ceylon and Delhi were added to the destinations in 1938. During the Second World War, the airline helped the Royal Air Force with troop movements, shipping of supplies, rescue of refugees and maintenance of aircraft. After World War II, regular commercial service was restored in India and Tata Airlines became a public limited company on the 29th of July 1946 under the name Air India. After Indian independence in 1947, 49% of the airline was acquired by the Government of India in 1948. On the 8th of June 1948, a Lockheed Constellation L749A named Malabar Princess took off from Bombay bound for London Heathrow, marking the airline's first international flight. In 1953, the Government of India passed the Air Corporations Act and purchased a majority stake in the carrier from Tata Sons, though its founder J.R.D. Tata would continue as chairman till 1977. The company was renamed as Air India International Limited and the domestic services were transferred to Indian Airlines as a part of a restructuring. From 1948 to 1950, the airline introduced services to Nairobi in Kenya and to major European destinations Rome, Paris and Dusseldorf. The airline took delivery of its first Lockheed Constellation L1049 and inaugurated services to Bangkok, Hong Kong, Tokyo and Singapore. On the 21st of February 1960, Air India International inducted its first Boeing 707-420, thereby becoming the first Asian airline to enter the jet age. The airline inaugurated services to New York on the 14th of May 1960. On the 8th of June 1962, the airline's name was officially truncated to Air India, and on the 11th of June 1962, Air India became the world's first all-jet airline. In 1971, the airline took delivery of its first Boeing 747-200B named Emperor Ashoka and introduced a new Palace in the Sky livery and branding. In 1986, Air India took delivery of its first Airbus A310-300. In 1993, Air India took delivery of a Boeing 747-400 named Konark and operated the first non-stop flight between New York and Delhi. In 2001, attempts were made to reprivatize Air India. In 2000, Air India introduced services to Shanghai, China. On the 23rd of May 2001, the Ministry of Civil Aviation charged Michael Mascarenhas, the then managing director, with corruption. According to the ministry reports, the airline lost approximately 570 million rupees because of extra commissions that Mascarenhas sanctioned, and he was later suspended from the airline. In May 2004, Air India launched a wholly owned low-cost subsidiary called Air India Express connecting cities in India with the Middle East and Southeast Asia. Until 2007, Air India mainly operated on international long-haul routes while Indian Airlines operated on domestic and international